Hey everybody, welcome. This is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com. It's good to see you guys with me today. Thank you guys for jumping in on the scope. We are making Mexican food, healthy Mexican food today. OMG, so excited to show you guys this recipe. Hi everybody, it's good to see you. It's always the beans. I know. What's up with all these beans, people? Hey, Luciane. Hey, Mary. Thank you guys for being here. So how's everybody doing? Tanya. Oh my gosh, Tanya. Hi, Tanya. It's good to have you here live. Splat wanted to say hi. I only ever see you in replay. I hardly ever see you on my broadcast. How exciting. Hey, Janie. It's good to have you here. Thank you, guys. I know, it's little tiny Splat. He's a little mini. Isn't he cute? Yay! All right, you guys. So first off, I want to say this. Do not concern yourself with these numbers. I know that a lot of you get really crazy and kind of sad when we don't have a big room full of people, but hey, thanks for being here. But I just want to put it out there. Thank you guys so much for sharing out. Yay, I love it. So, hi Linda, it's good to have you here. So you guys don't concern yourself with these numbers. These numbers are gonna be crazy for a while. Periscope is doing some updates. They haven't identified a problem, but they recognize that there's a problem and they're trying to fix it. So notifications are wonky, things are kind of wonky, although they won't totally admit that, but everybody else will. So they're working on it. So you guys, please, I know a lot of you yesterday were like, what in the world? Why aren't there any more people in here? So, because our scopes are always much fuller. So let's do this. Let's embrace these small audiences. Hey, Sherry, let's embrace these small audiences so we can talk and really talk about these recipes. And so I'm super excited. Yeah, I keep getting knocked off, keep getting bounced. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for sharing out. Why skip the beans? A lot of people skip the beans because it gives them the wind. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you get your notifications. Sometimes when you share out a lot, people mute your notifications and that changes the demographics of everything. So just keeping all that in mind as Periscope trends, they're about to have their 1-year anniversary. As they trend and things change with them, we're going to see these kinds of adjustments. So I am just going to keep what I'm doing, and we're going to do it well. And so today we are making a vegan or a plant-based Mexican quinoa bowl. And I'm super, super, super excited to show you this. So yes, for you, it is the starch. I understand. So a lot of people skip Mexican food because of the beans, or they don't eat the beans, like they get double rice instead of beans or whatever, because the beans bloat them, they give them gas, they give them, there's other things that can happen in a bean that you may not want to happen. So some other people have some other problems I won't be discussing because we're about to cook. So, but beans, you're absolutely right. Beans are so good for you. So we've been talking about sprouting all week. And so for this recipe, we've actually sprouted 2 things. We have sprouted black beans and we have sprouted quinoa. So let me introduce myself super fast. Hey, Heather, it's good to see you. Let me introduce myself super fast. My name is Leslie. I have a website. It's right here on my apron, GoToKitchens.com, GoToKitchens.com. Nothing for sale over there. The only thing I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. Yay! Janie has tiny little sprouts. So yes, absolutely. You're spot on there. Black beans have a good amount of iron. So yeah, it's good to have you here. Thanks for being here, Heather. So this bowl has a lot of ingredients in it, but it makes a huge batch of food. So it's great for lunches. It's great for all kinds of things. And so I want to show you guys how to make it. It's completely plant-based, which is amazing. You get this amazing Mexican food that is completely plant-based. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So, oh, thank you so much. So we're going to start off. By the way, if you haven't shared out, if you want to share out right down here, I understand if you don't want to share on Periscope, but if you want to share out with your Twitter followers and your Facebook followers, that would be great. If you want to share it with your, hi, it's good to see, oh, sorry. I thought you were, Sorry, I just had like a moment of woo. Hey Sophia, thanks for inviting followers. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, right down there in the corner, if you share out, that'll be great. All right, so we're gonna start with something to serve with the with this quinoa bowl, and this is organic corn tortillas. Now this is not just an ordinary sliced up organic corn tortilla. We're actually gonna stick these in the oven, and it's gonna make little tortilla chips. The great thing about doing this is that you don't have a big giant bag of tortilla chips sitting there and you're eating like the whole stinking bag because you've limited yourself to this many tortilla chips. So I make these at will when I reheat this bowl to eat for lunch, because this will be my lunch for the next week. I actually just make these at will, so I just stick them in there 10 or 15 minutes. These are a little doctored up. They have olive oil, which is something you want to do. They have salt, in my opinion. You want to do that. This is just a nice kosher salt, so big flaky salt, which makes them amazingly yummy. And then I've also taken, you can see kind of right over here how it has this little green stuff on it. I've actually zested a lime on top of these chips. So these are going to be a salt and lime chip to go with this bowl. Super, super easy, super fast, and you know what you're eating. You're controlling your ingredients other than the tortilla, which I know that these are organic, so I'm getting non-GMO corn, and they're really, really good for you. Well, they're not really good for you, but they taste really good. I know, totally fancy pants. Those are gonna be in the oven for 15 minutes while we make the rest of this bowl. You can buy organic corn tortillas just about anywhere nowadays. So if you need to, you might look at a Whole Foods or something like that, but yes. Yay, that's awesome. Napa, tell me your name one more time. I'm sorry, I do not know your name. I may know it, but I've forgotten and I apologize. I'm really lousy at that. So it takes me like 4 or 5 times to get your name right. So sorry about that. So, okay, so now I have a skillet that has been preheating this whole time I've been talking. So it's nice and warm. Nancy, thank you. All right, nice to meet you, Nancy. Nance, Leslie, Nance, Nancy, Nance, I got it. Napa, Nance, got it. Napa Nancy, I love it. So I have this skillet here preheating. This is just a large skillet. So what we have been sprouting this week is we have been sprouting quinoa, which is amazingly easy to do. You can go watch replays on catch.me. You see all the little sprouts in there? Cool. Where do I get the chips organic? I don't know where you can get chips organic. I'm making my own. So you can see all the little sprouts. See right up here in the corner along the red bowl, edge of the bowl, how they have those little sprouts. So we sprouted the quinoa, as well as we have sprouted the black beans, which I've already cooked the black beans, so you can't tell, but you can see some of the sprouts in there. So these black beans have actually already been cooked. Yes, Whole Foods, absolutely. You can probably find them there. Organic corn tortillas. So yes, so I've already sprouted those this week as well. In fact, you guys follow along with me almost the whole time while we were sprouting those. So very cool. Love the sprouting process. Okay, so we have the skillet nice and hot. Trust me, it is nice and hot. So we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of this skillet. Woo! Knocking things over. Holy cow. What are you doing, Leslie? And we're going to start this recipe like I start a lot of recipes. I'm sorry, I missed part of that, Janie. I'm sorry, I was reading it and I missed part of it. So this is 1 shallot diced. I like shallots in this recipe. Onions tend to, big onions, just regular onions, tend to overpower. Ooh, I love that sound. Tend to overpower, in my opinion, and a shallot is a nice size for this recipe. So just 1 shallot diced, and we're gonna let it reduce here in this super hot skillet. This is not going to take long at all, at all. Oh, Janie, you were just whining anyway. I think it was something about a skillet not being able to find one that's oven safe, that's in your price range. You should look for a stainless skillet. Even if it has a silicone handle, it'll be fine, Janie. So just a nice little stainless skillet will be just fine. Sizzle, sizzle. I know, right? Perfectly perfect. Love it, love it. So this is not going to take long at all because that skillet is nice and hot. You don't want them to brown. You just want them to get a little translucent. And you guys can't see it from where you're at, but this happens very quickly. So in a nice hot skillet like this, this will happen really, really fast. All right. So So to that, we are gonna add our quinoa. Now this is 1 cup of quinoa. Can you believe that? It looks like so much more. When you sprout it, it really expands. So this is 1 cup of raw quinoa that has been sprouted. If you do not wanna sprout your quinoa, it's absolutely fine. Just still do 1 cup of quinoa in this. We're gonna toast this. I know, they're really pretty. So we're gonna toast this quinoa. If you're using raw quinoa that has not been sprouted, this is a great way to keep from soaking it. So I know, right? It makes a huge amount. So this is a great way to get your quinoa to actually toast up. It will actually open the kernel and you don't have to soak it. So it's a much faster process. And you can do this with raw quinoa or sprouted quinoa, either one. But I love toasted quinoa. If you have never toasted your quinoa, you are missing out. It is amazing. It is amazing. I get mine at King Soopers, which is our local Kroger grocery store. So that tells you how available they are, Sherry. I get them at King Soopers at our local grocery store. They're just organic corn tortillas. Yes. Yep, so there we go. So I'm gonna toast this up. That's gonna do that in that oil. It's much better to do that when you have a gas stove. Yeah, King Sooper is a vein of Kroger, so that's just a regular old conventional grocery store is where I get mine. They're typically not in the tortilla section. There's one hint. They are typically in the bread section, which is crazy town, but that's where they are. So it's like they hide the good food. It's so funny because yesterday I was thinking that my King Sooper did not carry Kerrygold butter, and so I've been going to a specialty grocery store to buy my Kerrygold butter. And yesterday I was in the cheese section looking around, and oh my gosh, they had Kerrygold butter in the cheese section. What is that? What's the logic behind that? Crazy. All right, so we've got this nice and toasted. When they get toasted, you will see a little white appear. Let me look at my chips. Yeah, they're doing good. So you will see a little white appear in here. Oh my gosh, when I just opened the oven, it was like salt and lime and corn tortillas. So they're gonna just get like a little white coating. I don't think I can show you, but I'll try. Do you see those little white pieces, those little white coatings? That means that we are that we are getting a good toast on this. You are absolutely welcome to toast this until it's brown, but you don't have to either, so. All right, so all we have in the skillet is olive oil, onions, and toasted quinoa. Hey, Sandy, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Now we're going to add slowly to this hot skillet because you don't want to burn yourself. This is 2 cups of my trashy veggie stock. If you don't know what trashy veggie stock is, go to my website, go2kitchens.com. In the recipe section, in the search, type in trashy stock or stock. I think you just need to type in stock or veggie stock and you'll find it. The best way to pour into the hot skillet is to pour into your spoon, let it dribble in, so you don't get a nice burn on your arm. So this is 2 cups. 2 cups of that. Getting all my quinoa down in there. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. This is gonna come to a boil and then, hey Marcy, it's good to see you. And then we're gonna let it reduce back down. So that's gonna come to a boil. While that's happening, we're gonna talk about what else we're gonna put in this. So we're essentially going to steam our veggies. We're essentially going to steam our veggies in our stock. So it is in our stock and our quinoa. Our quinoa, our veggies, everything is going to cook right along. This is, you don't eat corn. That's fine if you don't eat corn. This is actually organic corn that I have from last summer. It's local. I know everybody's like freaking out because it's corn. Corn is being demonized right now because it is GMO. Organic corn is actually pretty easy to digest. You still have to chew it, but it does not pose all the dangers that a lot of people like to make them think that they do. But corn is absolutely fine. It's actually got some nutrients in it that are good for you. You like mushrooms? That's fine if you want to do mushrooms instead of corn. But this makes this a really nice kind of Southwestern kind of Mexican feel bowl, and it's a really great flavor. flavor in here. So I do too. I love cornic. I love corn, and organic is okay. Absolutely. So, but I do not eat conventional corn. I will not eat GMO corn. Absolutely not. But I absolutely love whole organic corn. This was cut fresh from the cob last summer. I keep it in my freezer. I blanch it and then I keep it in my freezer. Oops, I didn't mean to put that in there just yet. That's okay. Corn needs to cook a little bit longer anyway. So that's going to go in there. I'm trying to get this to come up to a boil here. How funny. I just did a total faux pas. Corn's not supposed to go in yet, by the way, but it's okay. I'm just going to turn up my heat a little bit. Also, what we're going to add in there, we're going to add 1 whole green chili. This is actually an Anaheim pepper. I know, so good, right? This is an Anaheim pepper. That is 2 ears of corn. So I would say that that is about 1.5 cups, 2 cups, just whatever you like. 1 ear is fine. There's no science to this. If you like a lot of corn, it's getting too healthy for you. I'm out of here. So then what is, I know, non-organic-y. Yeah, I don't eat those. Yes. Oh, I would love that. I would love for you to send me hatch green chilies. I would be in heaven. Hard to find around here. This is an Anaheim pepper, so that's going to go in there. This is just a whole one, raw. It's been diced. All of these veggies are going to be diced, a nice small dice, and the reason for that is because of the thoughtful bites. This is one giant, it was a giant red pepper. So this is a giant, how can I cut peppers into small pieces? It is a art. It's actually called, this specific cup is actually called a Brunoise, which is a nice little even dice. A Brunoise has very particular measurements, so I don't know if this is technically a Brunoise. Linda can probably answer that for me, but that's what it is called. And I really like to do my quinoas with a Brunoise cut like this or a dice like that. So yes, that's right. If you're going to send me food, make sure it's organic. Absolutely. I only eat organic. So this is an organic red pepper, and it was a giant one. So just 1 red pepper is fine. It doesn't have to be a humongo one like this one, but it's going to make this so good. So that goes in there. Then we have 2 carrots. 2 carrots, same cut. Brunoise, 2 carrots. This is a little bit unconventional for this, but I have to tell you the sweetness with the chipotle sauce that we're going to use on this makes this so yummy. You're going to freak out. You're going to be like, that is so weird how great that carrot tastes in there. But it does. It really, really makes. I know they're in the perfect little bowls, right? So, Janie. So yeah, so nice color. It adds a pop of color. You're getting a carrot, which is amazing for you. Carrots are so, so good for you. Yes, please, Sonia, I would be in forever debt if you'd send me, I would cook with them all the time. So yes, so that is 2 carrots in a Brunoise or a dice. So that's going to go in there. We're almost to a boil. I have about 2 tablespoons of cilantro. This is fresh cilantro. It is rough cut at this point. It is not in a fine cut. This is a rough cut cilantro. Amazing, amazing. So, and fresh as well. Then I have, this is, believe it or not, this is 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup only of black beans that have been sprouted. So this is a lot of black beans. It looks like a lot, but they've already been cooked. So we're going to add those at the end. So, and if you're doing a can, they need to be rinsed. So if you don't want to sprout and cook your own beans ahead of time and you want to do a can, they need to be rinsed out. So make sure that you rinse them really well before you put them in this recipe, because you don't want that black bean goop getting in here, because if it gets in there, it's going to make it really ugly. So just keeping that in mind. Let me look at my chips. Still doing good down there. Okay, so now we have in here, and we're going to use some spices, and I'll go through those as we go, as I put them in. So we have our quinoa, we have our corn, we're going to add our red pepper, we are going to add our carrots. So basically all of our, whoops, there's Edison. Hello, Edison. Tanya, Edison saying hello. Just for you. So we're going to add our Anaheim pepper, our green chili. We're going to add our cilantro now. We're going to use a little bit at the end as well, but we're going to add the cilantro. This is just going to help infuse these flavors in there. We are going to add some spices. So for spices, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. I like it ground for this. I don't like the whole. I like it ground, so ground cumin. This is 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. So chili, just regular. Don't sneeze, Leslie. If I sneezed right now, this would all go like everywhere. Achoo! Blow it all over the phone. I kind of want to sneeze now. No, don't. So this is chili powder. So 1 teaspoon, Home Goods, Janie, Home Goods. And Tuesday Morning is your best friend. And the thrift store. Most of my stuff comes from those 3 places. The thrift store, Home Goods, and something else. I know. Hilarious. And this is half a teaspoon of cayenne. So that's going to give it the little pop that you want. So all that's going to go right in there. We're going to add some salt and pepper. There is actually a particular term for that, Janie. It's called mise en place. That's when you get all of your ingredients. I highly recommend, if you're cooking a new ingredient, that this is how you cook it, is that you mise en place it, which means that you have all of your ingredients pre-measured out so you don't miss anything and you don't screw anything up. It really, really will save you a lot of time and energy when you are making a new recipe, especially when you're baking. I never bake without mise en place. I always bake with all of my ingredients pre-measured because it makes it so much better. So yes. Okay, so that's all the spices, all the veggies in there. The last thing that we're gonna add is 2 tablespoons of a chipotle pepper sauce, right? Am I a cooker? Yes, I am. I'm not a chef, I'm just a cook. So this is red pepper. It's organic, of course. Red pepper chipotle. If you know how to make your own, absolutely. I missed something funny there. Dang. If you know how to make your own, awesome. This is just a cheat for me. It's in a bottle, and we are going to add 2 tablespoons after I shake it really good. 2 tablespoons of red chipotle sauce. So like a hot sauce. If you want more spice in this and you want to add like a hot red pepper sauce, go for it. Go for it. It is absolutely, or you want to add more cayenne? Absolutely, go for it. But I have found in this recipe, I have tried 1 tablespoon, I have tried 3 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons seems to be the best flavor for this big bowl of food. So we're going to give that a stir again. So at this point, we are just waiting for the quinoa to actually excuse me, the quinoa is actually already cooked. It's done. So we are waiting for some of the liquid to go out of here, and then we will add those black beans in there. So I'm going to put the lid on it. Put a lid on it. I just love saying that. Put a lid on it, Leslie. Okay, so there you go. So while we're doing that, I'm going to show you a super fast cheat. So Mexican food, in my opinion, because I'm from Texas, just isn't the same without cheese, right? You're not going to gain any weight. This is an amazing meal. There are so many nutrients in that bowl right there. There are hundreds of nutrients that are so good for you. So, but Mexican food, I'm from Texas. This is a high sugar content meal. You mean because of the corn and the veggies? Man, you guys are too fearful of veggies. You're too fearful of stuff like that. There is so much fiber in there. Your body is not going to digest the sugar like you think it's going to. Your body, there is tons of fiber in there. So the fear about all the sugar that's in this is all plant-based in here. And the fear about that is just not founded because there is tons of fiber in there. There's going to be tons of protein. And if you're just eating something that doesn't have all the protein and the fiber in it, then yes, sugar is a problem. But in like this, it is absolutely not. Yeah, these types of veggies are amazing for you. Amazing. So I'm going to teach you how to make a cheese. Plant-based sugar is okay. It's okay. It's okay as long as you're not juicing it. So plant-based sugar and juices is a no-no, in my opinion. But if you're eating the plant fiber along with it, then absolutely. Nobody should fear any vegetable or any fruit, in my opinion, unless you have a specific condition towards a specific fruit or vegetable. Yes. I know, it's totally a bummer. Yeah, it is okay. So I have half of an avocado here, sans one corner, because it was nasty. So, yes. So Mexican food, in my opinion, I'm from Texas. We put tons of cheese on Mexican food. So I wanted this to be completely plant-based. So for that, we are going to use an avocado. And the hack for this is using a nutritional yeast in the avocado. And I'm gonna make it today, Janie, like you did, and I'm actually gonna use half an avocado with 3 teaspoons. I think that you said that you used 3 teaspoons, right? So I'm gonna make it the Janie way today because I am curious. I am so curious. More cheese, please, right? So these are heaping. You put this in here with the avocado. This is gonna make a cheese fake out. So you're gonna get a good fat. You're gonna get a good fat in there and you're gonna mash it all up. So while that's cooking, actually I need to turn that down. It's boiling like a crazy thing. Yes. So yeah, or 1 tablespoon, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I forget about that sometimes. So we're just gonna mash this up. This is a total cheese hack. This is gonna give you that cheesy flavor that you like with Mexican food. But it's going to be a plant base. So yeah, I love cheese too. I actually eat cheese because I don't eat completely plant-based, but I wanted to keep this recipe vegan, so I did that. So see how easy that is? This is gonna give you a super cheesy flavor, but have all these amazing healthy flats. You can add more garlic. That's awesome, Janie. Janie's like perfecting this recipe and I love it. Love it. She's taken my base and perfecting it. So, because she's a vegan and she misses cheese, so she's totally perfecting it. Never had nutritional yeast before. Yeah, I don't, a lot of people go crazy with it. I don't use a lot of it, but I do use it for some fake outs. It tastes very much like Parmesan cheese, in my opinion. So when you mix it with an avocado, you get this super, super yummy, cheesy flavor. So I seem like a master. That's funny. You got it. I know, you're totally perfecting it. We're gonna have to do some trials, you and I. We're gonna have to get on Skype or something and do some avocado cheese trials. So this is gonna be a great fake out. Now I'm gonna put my plastic wrap over it because I'm not quite ready to eat. So I'm just gonna put that back on there just to keep it from oxidizing in the air and turning brown. Okay, so here we go. Let's move all these dishes out of the way. Out of my way. We're gonna open this and give it a quick stir. You see how much water has cooked out? No, you don't. I don't have anything against beans. Not at all. I just know people avoid them and I'm trying to help you. In fact, I love beans. I'm trying to help you not avoid them by sprouting them because we've been talking about bean sprouts all week, so. Made you look. All right, let's look at I know that these chips have been in there way longer than they're supposed to, so let's pull these out of here. Oh yeah, but they're perfect. Look at that. Look at those. Perfectly perfect. Ow, they're really hot. I have to have one right now. Oh my God, so good. So there you go, right? Oh, and the lime flavor, the lime zest on them is so amazing. So amazing. So those are gonna actually top the top of our quinoa bowl. So we're gonna let that cook just a little bit more and then we're gonna add. So does anybody have any questions while we're doing that? I know they are so good. They're stupid good, I have to tell you. You have to be careful not to make a huge batch of them because you'll just wanna like just sit and eat them and eat them, so. I heard nutritional yeast, I'm guessing, maybe a toxin for in our brain. That's interesting. Yeah, there are people that are all for it and people that are all against it. So I do not eat a ton of it. I don't eat a ton of it, but I do use it occasionally. So I have to tell you, anything that you're eating massive amounts of can be toxic in the body. It doesn't matter if it's carrots. It doesn't matter if it's whatever, if it's plant-based or not. Just because it's plant-based and you're eating tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of it, it can be dangerous. So you want to be, yes, any type of overload. Ross, hi Ross, it's good to see you. So what was in the oven? It was the tortilla chips. So I made my own tortilla chips and their salt and lime. You have to watch the replay. Yes. So anything that you do in in large quantities is not so great for you. People go overload on things like smoothies. I don't agree with that. People go overload on spinach. I don't agree with that. I believe that you should be eating across the variety of food. I believe that nothing is off limits as long as you don't have a physical or an illness that says you shouldn't eat that particular thing. But I believe that you should eat across all of the things that are natural to our planet, even animals, plants, all of those things. I eat 90% plant-based. So 90% of my meals are plant-based. About 50% of those, or maybe even a little more, is raw. We're actually going to do a raw week coming up. We're doing a raw vegan week, and I'm going to show you some recipes, some raw vegan recipes that are going to blow your stinking mind, and you're going to be able to get more raw food in your diet. So yes. Hi, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. I know, white beans do turn into fishy slime. You have to go very careful with those. So yes, Sherry, well, actually it'll be in the newsletter, which I know you get on Sundays. It will be in the newsletter on Sunday along with the sprouting chart. So this recipe and a sprouting chart will be in the newsletter on Sunday. If you want to know how to get on that newsletter, you go to GoToKitchens.com. GoToKitchens.com, VIP access, and sign up there. So yes, absolutely, it's going to be there. So, all right. So we have probably a 50% reduction in the water. I know, yeah, yellow beans get slimy, and that's why I wanted to show them to you, because I didn't want you guys to freak out. So if that happens to you. So we have about a 50% reduction in liquid, which is good. That's what I want. And now it's time to add those beans. So I'm going to add the beans right in there. This is a whole giant pot of food, you guys. This is a lot of food. This is going to serve, this could probably serve a family of, depending on how much your family eats, a family between, 5 and 6 easily. This will be my meals, my lunches for the entire next week. So that tells you until next Friday, I will be eating this for lunch, which I don't mind because I love it. This is a Mexican quinoa bowl is what we're making. So at this point, I just want those beans to heat through. So that's the last thing that you add. Last thing that you add is the beans. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Can you guys see that? Look how beautiful this is. Woohoo! It's so gorgeous. Yeah, garbanzos and reds are great. Blacks are really easy to sprout, but white and yellow beans are difficult. I'm going to put the lid back on that for just a second, and then we'll plate it up. I know, so good. So what I serve this with is I serve it in a bowl. I love food that comes in a bowl. It's like one of my favorite things is food in a bowl. I serve it with some tortilla chips on the edge, on the side of that. And then I put the vegan cheese right on top of that. And then on top of the vegan cheese, I put a big plop of salsa, which I did not get out. So let me grab my salsa. You can make your own salsa. This is what I've been using. It is not an organic salsa, which is a little off for me, but I was asked to use this, so I've been using it. I actually really like it. I think that they're working on an organic version, so yes. I know, so good. Vegan, you're out. Oh, no. No, don't be out. You have to eat some plants. It's okay to eat plants every once in a while. In fact, you should be eating the majority of your meals in plants. So I'm going to break off a little cilantro. I'm sorry, you guys can't see me. I'm going to break off a little cilantro. Wait till those beans are heated through. Maybe you could see me. Cilantro's over there. I keep my cilantro and my parsley like flowers on my counter in water. I keep them on my counter. When they start to get a little limp, I will actually put them in the refrigerator, and that will revive them. So, yeah. No, it's not. It is not. Not, but it is cute, right? It's perfect for this dish. I love this bowl. So yes. All right. So I think we're going to be pretty good here. As it sits, it's actually going to absorb more of the. All right. So let me get something out to serve myself with. I actually put a cilantro leaf in the bottom of my bowls when I'm serving something like this. The only reason is because it helps with the aroma of the food. It helps bring that aroma forward, and I really like the smell of cilantro. So, all right. So now I'm going to take a lime before I serve it. Yeah, before I serve it, I'm going to take a lime and I'm just going to give it a light squeeze, just right on top. Not in the entire thing, just right in. Yes, you can absolutely do that. I just like sitting it on my counter because it's right there. So yes, so a little bit of squirt of lime. I'm just going to put, I'm going to put some chips, some of my lime chips. Those are just going to go down in the corner here. So you could scoop it out on a chip if you were so inclined. And you can cut your chips any way that you want to cut them. That's absolutely fine. Put a little cilantro over there in my chips. You guys can see me okay? Yeah, okay, good. Take a little bit of my cheese. Serve that right on top. A little bit of salsa. I need a spoon. Somebody give me a spoon. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a billion dishes to do today. A little bit of salsa. Just like that. And there you go. A beautiful quinoa bowl that is completely Harlow. Oh, Harlow, I'm so happy to see you. That's all I'm saying. I'm just really happy to see you. I'm not going to make a big deal, but I am happy to see you. I know, gorgeous, right? So beautiful. How often do I make this? Oh, I don't know. I did a recipe test about 3 weeks ago, and it's been 3 weeks. So, yeah. Oh, no. I know. You just enjoy your quinoa bowl. I'll just be over here. I love you too. So, yes. Yeah. I only have a knife, sorry. Yeah, right? I know, so good. Can you imagine coming to the table with your family with something like this? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, Mom is letting us have Mexican food. They're going to be so excited, and they don't know that it's completely plant-based and completely good for them. We get to eat chips? What? That's how Robin would be. He's like, we get to eat chips? What, really? Seriously, we get to eat chips? I know, it's so good. It smells amazing. Let's have a bite. Use my spoon that I use my salsa with. I'm going to have a bite. I'm going to try to get everything in there. Try to get some salsa, and look at that. Look at that bite. Oh, yummy. It's really hot though. Oh my gosh. Here's the other thing you can do with this. Oh my God. Janie, you're right. Oh, Janie, you're totally right. It's better with 3 teaspoons. Okay, from now on, vegan cheese is 3 teaspoons. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Way better, way better. The cheese is amazing. It's so good. The other thing you can do with this, instead of doing the chips like this, is to make tacos. So instead of using ground beef in your tacos, use this as your base. In fact, you could do a fake out like a couple of times this week, in 1 week with this meal, because you could serve it in a bowl like this. Here's your Mexican bowl. Yay, yay, yay. And then you could do tacos, and you could make tacos out of your own corn tortillas, right? So you can make tacos and serve this as instead of the ground beef, and then put all your other goodies, your lettuce and your tomato, and if you want to use cheese, absolutely, on top of that, and have tacos during the week. So this is a very versatile meal, and it's so good for you. There is nothing but plant-based items in here. Carrots, corn, quinoa, right? Taco salad. Yummy over spinach. What? Nuts. You guys are amazing. That would be nuts. Like, I'm totally doing that this week. Oh my God, so good. Absolutely. Over some crisp romaine. Yummy. So versatile. So you guys are going to see your ideas on the post for this. I'm going to throw down your ideas. I can't remember who said what, but yeah. Where's the protein? Oh my God, this thing is loaded with protein. It is loaded. Packed. It's got it in the beans, tons of proteins in these black beans, and tons of protein in the quinoa. So yeah. Yep, the beans and the quinoa. The quinoa have tons. Cashew sour cream. Oh my God, now you're really throwing down. You guys are just showing off now. No, I do not. I do not. I cook all kinds of healthy foods, but I have to tell you, most of them are fake outs. So it's a fake out to your brain that you're eating something that you're not supposed to be eating. But no, absolutely not. In fact, the recipe coming up this next week is totally not vegan. Next Friday's recipe is totally not. So coming up, yeah, yes, those are bananas. They are really ripe. I know. I'm like standing here holding my bowl. Here's my bowl. Hold on. I have to have some on a chip because I just can't do it anymore. I have to have some on a chip. You guys, I can't stand it. Oh my God. So good. So good. And good for you. Good for you. So yes. So next week, I know they're totally crunchy. They're loud, huh? Sorry. They were in the oven just a little bit too long. Those chips were in the oven just a little bit too long. Right? There's the title for the book, Fake Out Recipes. I know. You're eating like across the rainbow, aren't you? It's really, really lovely. Yeah. So next week, we are going to talk about foods that heal. And it's going to be an unusual week in the way that I have a recipe. It's actually a frittata that I'm going to teach you guys. So not vegan. A frittata that I'm going to teach you. And I'm going to break down the ingredients all week next week. And as I was breaking down the ingredients, I began to realize the really great healing properties in these very unusual frittata ingredients. And so next week, yes, yeah, that's awesome. I got one that heals the heart. Most real foods, Harlow, will help heal the heart, but it depends on what the condition is. So yes, but we're going to talk about foods that heal, and I'm super excited about it because when I was breaking down this recipe, because it's one I want to show you guys, you need one for inflammation. This is great. This is great for inflammation. Any whole real foods, you guys, are going to be great for inflammation. Any whole real foods. What do I mean when I say that? What does whole real foods mean? It is not in a box. It is not in a can. It is not in a jar. It is not any of those things, right? Without corn, yeah, absolutely. It's not any of those things. It's not McDonald's. It's not fast food. It's probably not in a restaurant. Whole real foods are things that exist on the perimeter of your store. Even your dairy, even your meats, even things like that are fine as long as they're not critically or extremely processed. So conventional dairy, no way, Jose. But some dairy, some cheeses, some milks even are going to be fine for you. So things that are on the perimeter of your store. So veggies and so produce in general, nuts, seeds, some meats as well, as long as they're clean. Yeah, awesome. I love it. I love it. I will be here when you're ready to start that process. Yes, processed is bad. The things that we're running away from when we talk about you're getting too much sugar in your diet and you're getting too much, of this and too much of that and you shouldn't be eating this and don't eat that, all come from the fact that they are assuming that you eat processed foods. If you are, if you are, I love it. I love it, Harlow. Amazing. Good job, girl. Good job. So, but if you are eating whole real foods, then you don't need to stress about how much salt you're putting on things because, hey, Hillary, it's good to see you. You don't need to stress about, if you salted your chips that you made in your oven. You don't need to worry about, putting salt and pepper in this because it's not there. So you can add it. It's when you're eating processed foods and you start adding that to that is when it becomes a problem. So absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. That's our quinoa bowl. Organic and fair trade coffee. I love it. I love it. You guys are amazing. Yeah. So I love it. Good for you. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, sodium is it's such a slippery slope because because there's been so much demonizing of salt. Everybody's like, oh, if you eat salt, you're going to get high blood pressure. That is not true. Salt is actually very sterilizing in the body. It's important that we have salt. So you know why it's important when you sweat? So when you sweat, it's actually your body in your sweat. If you've ever got it in your mouth for some reason because it like dripped off your nose or whatever and you got it on your lips and you licked your lips and your lips were sweaty and salty, and that is because your body is excreting the sodium out of your body. what is doing naturally, and they tell you it's really, so people go to saunas and stuff to like detox, that is because your body is moving sodium through your body and out through your pores, right? So it's moving sodium out through your pores. Sodium is a rotor-rooter in the body. It is very cleansing. It's incredibly cleansing. So when people start not getting, enough salt in their diet, then they don't have that cleansing agent in there. So yes, it is absolutely, absolutely important that you are, intaking enough sodium, especially if you're active, especially if you are sweating a lot. So if you're going to the gym a lot and you're sweating a lot, it is so important that you put that back in there. I use two kinds of salt. I use a kosher salt. That's Robin's favorite. And then I use, mostly in my cooking, I use a Redmond's real salt. This is just natural sea salt. Yep. So there you go. Yeah. So this is what I would use when I'm using, and it has tons of minerals in it. If you're not getting that kind of salt, you're missing minerals. I mean, so there's all kinds of things that you need to be aware of. But people have knee-jerk reactions. People have people have knee-jerk reactions to things, and they read something in the, on the internet, and they go, oh my gosh, I can't ever have that again. Because it's bad for you, because they read one article. So my challenge will always be to you, find out what your body, not what my body, don't do what I tell you to do, find out what your body reacts to. I know that if I have the corn in this quinoa bowl, which I know some of you are freaking out about, but if I have the corn in this quinoa bowl and I chew my food properly, that I'm going to digest it just fine. And it's going to go right through my system and give me the benefits that you get from corn, which is not a lot, but there is some. So, but I know if I chew my food well, that's going to be fine for me, right? For some people, maybe you have teeth that don't allow you to chew your food well, and food doesn't digest properly. So corn is probably something that you need to stay away from. So, but you need to find out what works in your body, not what works in my body or works in somebody else's body. This is why I always tell you, be the CEO of your own health. Be the CEO of your own health. Don't let somebody else take charge of it. You be in charge of it. You be in charge of it. So, yes, I missed that, Janie. Sorry. Okay, off my soapbox. Totally off my soapbox right now. 3 cheers. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. I missed your question, Janie. I'm sorry. And there are no dumb questions. Nobody ever has to type that in on my scopes. Nobody ever has to type in, this is a dumb question, because there are no such thing. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. I don't know. I suppose you could sprout corn. I mean, Oh, Linda's saying yes. Thank you, Linda. Linda's saying yes. Linda's training to be a chef, everybody. I'm so excited for her. She shows me her pictures of her cooking school, and I'm so jealous of her training that she's in right now. I just told Robin this morning, I was like, we were talking about knife skills, and Robin's like, why aren't you teaching people how to make those chips from scratch? And why aren't you teaching them how these knife skills that you're throwing down over here on your cutting board? I'm like, I don't have time. It would be like a 3-hour broadcast trying to show you and cook it. So yes, but yeah, so Linda's in training, and I was just telling Robin, Linda, I was like, man, I'm so jealous that Linda is in chef training and I'm not. It's so awesome. I'm so excited for you. Maybe one day. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see them. Although some of the stuff you cook, I'm like, I would need that. I wish that there was a chef training there is actually, Ruby has an online training for plant-based foods, but it's pretty basic. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited for you. So yeah. You can teach me some things. Teach me. You can teach us how to sprout corn. So, yes. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this long period of time today, learning how to cook. I love that you invest this kind of time. Yeah, there are vegetarian, but it seems like there's nothing in the middle. Linda, you and I need to start a culinary school that is in the middle. That is like healthy, real foods, and and you still learn your culinary skills. It's nice to see you again, Harlow. I agree. Good to see you too. It's good to be seen. You're welcome. You're welcome. Awesome. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. But I love that you've taken the last 50 minutes of your life and you have invested it in learning something about your health. So you being here right now today means that you are more interested in how to heal your body than you are in being sick. So those are the first steps, right? Those are the first steps. When you become more interested in healing your body than being interested in being sick, then you are taking the first steps. I love you too, Sherry, so much. You know that I do. I know. I know. We could stay here all day. Let's just stay here all day. I will be back this afternoon, you guys. I have something that I want to share with you that was really impressed deeply on my heart this morning. And so, good. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, good. I love it. Well, thank you for being here every day. I love it. I love it. You too, Sandy. Have an amazing weekend. So this afternoon, I'm going to share something with you guys that took a really big impression on my heart this morning as I was meditating. And I want to share that back out with you. So I'll be back this afternoon with an inspiration scope. So okay, awesome. I love it. I know that if you make anything, thank you, Harlow, hashtag inspiration, you're right. See you later. So I know, Linda, if you made it, not like it wasn't your you had to make it, but if you made it for me, I know I could eat it. So bye, you guys. Love you so much. Have an amazing afternoon. If I don't see you, I will see you back here on Monday. We're talking about foods that heal next week, and I'm super excited to break down a whole recipe. We're going to break down an entire recipe and why we're eating the things in this recipe next week. So it's going to be really, really fun week. So I'll see you there. Yep. That's awesome. That's a skill, actually, Sherry. That's a great skill. Bye, Janie. Love you so much. All right. See you guys. Bye. I know. I'm excited too. I'm excited you're going to be there. Bye, you guys. Bye.